All right. Hey, everyone. This is Kit Cabello with Hard Lens Media, and this is going to be a short evening live stream. And, I'm just going to give this a few short seconds to build this live stream up. First and foremost, I want to thank all our viewers and subscribers who are really helping us out during these challenging times. You guys are our main heart and backbone that everything here at Hard Lens Media. Without you guys, this channel would not exist. Without you guys, um, this channel I don't know, would probably be down and out. But it's because of you guys, our viewers and subscribers, and to our Patreon supporters, we're able to continue this show, continue this network, and our main goal is to keep on building up this network even further. There's a lot of projects we want to work on. There's a lot of stuff that requires our immediate investigation. We're trying to get so many awesome guests onto our show. And again, it's because of all of your support that this channel is able to thrive, that we're able to continue to build up on our network, and we just cannot thank you guys enough. So on behalf of the entire team of Hard Lens Media, seriously, thank you guys so much. So with that being said, let's get started with this article that I found. And of course, I'm going to make fun of Joe Biden. And real quick, before I do, to start off with this article, I just saw right there from 206 War Eagle. Look, I do apologize. The very fact that, YouTube isn't notifying you guys, this is out of our control. You would think that a platform would be able to notify, subscribers that, hey, the show that you subscribe to, the network that you subscribe to is live. Again, to all our viewers and subscribers, double check and triple check that you're still subscribed to Hard Lens Media, because people do get unsubscribed and it's beyond our control. So again, but now let's get started with the article. So Biden confuses Juneteenth celebration with Tulsa massacre in bid to hit Trump. So all right, I don't know who's advising Biden, but right now, Joe Biden, technically, and look, I'm not going to vote for Joe Biden, but let's keep it real. Joe Biden has somewhat of a good chance to beat Donald Trump. Literally. I mean, there was one point where it looked like Trump had this election in the bag. Then it became 50-50, and now with Trump's mistakes on how he's shooting himself in his own foot, Biden potentially could beat Trump. Potentially. But whoever's advising Joe Biden, whoever is Joe Biden's handlers, I mean, seriously, sit him down just for 1 minute, just for 1 minute. I know it's asking a lot, but for 1 minute, and just go over what exactly he's going to say before he makes an ass out of himself. Now, throughout this entire primary, myself, Daniel, and the rest of the team at Hard Lens Media, we've all been saying the same thing. Joe Biden is his own worst enemy. He is a flawed candidate. He is somebody who does not like to be criticized. He is somebody who thinks he is in the right. Look, there is a treasure trove of videos, not only during the early parts of 2019 and during this 2020 election cycle, but also even before, during his 30 years in the United States Senate, as well as being vice president to Barack Obama, where Joe Biden has made gaffes, where he's voted on the wrong side of history, where he's been unapologetic, where he shows no empathy to the working class. Again, a whole treasure trove of videos that can be used against Biden by the Trump campaign or super PACs that want to help Donald Trump. And yet again, no one is advising Joe Biden. No one's really sitting him down and confirming what the hell he's exactly going to fucking say. And that is embarrassing, because here we see all the Democrats putting all their hopes onto Joe Biden. And my God, what a disaster it will be for the Democratic Party come November if Biden cannot beat Trump. And I'm only wondering what the debates are going to look like. And due to the fact that Joe Biden has made numerous gaffes throughout this entire election cycle, even in 2019, I really got to wonder. I mean, will the media give Joe Biden and his campaign the questions in advance? And if so, will Joe Biden once again screw it up? Because, again, Joe Biden confuses the Juneteenth celebration with the Tulsa massacre. So Joe Biden got his facts garbled again on Thursday, apparently mistaking the day marking the emancipation of American slaves with what's considered one of the worst massacres in African American history here in the United States. This is from Joe Biden. He's going down to Texas on Juneteenth, right? the first major massacre, literally speaking of Black Wall Street, right? Years ago, the Gaffe-prone Veep said, referring to President Trump during a roundtable with community members on how to reopen the economy during the coronavirus pandemic, the Trump campaign jumped on the blunder like they will. I mean, the very fact that Trump hasn't jumped on all the other Joe Biden gaffes or mistakes either is I mean, again, it's right out there in the open. Perhaps he's biding his time. I don't know. But the Trump campaign jumped on the blunder, tweeting out a 10-second clip of the statement Biden made at the event at the Empire Center, once home to Dick Clark's famed American Bandstand TV show. The tweet goes as follows. Joe Biden doesn't know what Juneteenth is. First, President Trump is going to Texas today, not June 19th. Juneteenth is about emancipation. Third, the massacre was in Oklahoma. The Trump War Room tweeted. Trump will resume holding campaign rallies on June 19th in Tulsa, but was in Texas on Thursday for a sit-down with evangelical leaders and visit to a Dallas mega church where he joined Attorney General Bill Barr and HUD Secretary Ben Carson to talk police reform in the aftermath of the George Floyd killing. Again, someone needs to sit down with Joe Biden and really talk to him. And whoever his handlers is, I mean, really, technically, they should be fired because everyone's assuming that, Joe Biden has this entire election cycle in the bag. And I remember seeing this same kind of behavior in 2016, where the Hillary Clinton campaign thought they had this in the bag. See, this is what happens when you have a flawed neoliberal corporate candidate, an establishment candidate that thinks that, automatically everyone's going to fall in line and vote for you. No, you got to earn a voter's vote. I mean, that's politics 101. I'm not convinced that Joe Biden and his wonderful task force that he's working with, Bernie Sanders, are somehow going to rally progressives and independents to his side. Because again, Joe Biden, gaffe-prone as usual or being malicious on purpose, he has stated that he's not going to support Medicare for all, not once, but in 3 separate interviews. He has said that he has no empathy for millennials. He has said that he just wants to return things back to normal. Nothing's going to fundamentally change. And again, he's having a hard time. His campaign is having a hard time reaching out to Latinos. And now automatically he thinks that the African-American vote is just going to fall in line behind him. Not only did he say to Charlemagne the God that, hey, if you don't vote, you ain't black, but he misses the point about what it means to be the president of the United States. And then he mistakes 2 different days altogether. And the Trump campaign is going to capitalize on it. See, this is why it was a mistake for Bernie Sanders to drop out of the race. But hey, Bernie, this is your friend, your fantastic friend that keeps on screwing up time and time again. And maybe there's a small chance he can win. But what's going to change in a Biden administration? He has said nothing's going to fundamentally change. And his actions, the way he handles himself, the way he addresses people, the way he constantly keeps on making gaffes, convinces me that he just doesn't give a damn about progressives. He doesn't give a damn about independents. He doesn't give a damn about young people. But hey, he doesn't give a damn about boomers, Gen Xers, millennials, Gen Z. That's it. Joe Biden thinks that everyone's going to fall in line and vote for him. And maybe there's a chance. But like I always say on the show, you got Trump and you got Biden. 2 flawed individuals, 2 old men running for the highest office of the land, and yet it really depends which one of them will convince their voters to turn out to vote. And again, popular vote doesn't mean crap in this country. It just doesn't. What wins the office of the presidency is the Electoral College. And again here, just seeing this right here, Joe Biden, once again, mixes up 2 days. Juneteenth, and then, unfortunately, the Tulsa massacre. This is democracy here in the United States. Somehow we got to this point. I wish that Bernie Sanders fought harder, but obviously, Biden's the nominee. But he hasn't earned my vote. I'm voting third party. And I would have to say, even if you live in a swing state, vote third party. Because the RNC and DNC don't give a damn. Look at who's representing the Republican Party, look who's representing the Democratic Party, and really ask yourself, what's between Donald Trump and Joe Biden? Now, of course, one argument would say, well, oh, no, Trump's a real bad, and then the other argument would say, well, Biden's just a bad person. No, they're both the same. And I don't want to hear about this lesser evilism bullshit, because that's what it is. Lesser evil, you're still voting for evil. And this is what happens when you have a neoliberal system where money is speech and corporations are people. This is democracy here in America, but yet somehow we want to introduce it to the rest of the world. So what's the solution? We demand, we got to step up. We got to continue with these protests and these national strikes. We got to not fall back and take it easy. On the show today, we talked about how there could be a potential second phase of the coronavirus. We talked about how we could be potentially entering into a worse portion of the Great Depression. And these protests are not letting up anytime soon. So we cannot rely on the establishment. At the end of the day, it's really up to us, the people. We cannot let the establishment take charge, because we know that they don't give a damn. If they gave a damn, they would have done something in the first place years ago. And they've had years to fix this problem. Somebody like Joe Biden, who has about 30 plus years in politics, had years to address income inequality, Medicare for all, student debt forgiveness, addressing climate change, investing into our infrastructure, ending these regime change wars. But no, no, he didn't. He's with the corporations. He's with Wall Street, big banks, the top 1%. Just like Donald Trump. They're both one in the same. So you can't rely on these politicians. Even Bernie Sanders. Can't rely on him either. The real person who's going to make change, the real individual that's going to make change, is you guys. And don't rely on corporate media either, because corporate media, Fox News, MSNBC, CBS, ABC, CNN, they don't give a damn. The New York Times, Washington Post, Vice, BuzzFeed, Vox, they don't give a damn either. If they did, they'd be calling out the establishment in the first place. But no. Take, for example, in the New York Times, they said the two people who could really win the nomination is Elizabeth Warren and Amy Klobuchar. Oh, oops. Yeah, that's why independent media exists. That's why we are here. Because we here at Heartlands Media believe in giving truth to power. And a huge shout out to Jimmy Dore and Nico House, the Convo Couch, Graham Elwood, Ron Placone, Kim Iverson, and so many others that I can't, because there's numerous other people who are stepping up. This fight for a better future will not be easy. But the very fact that you have Joe Biden as this potential savior says that our work is cut out for us. And maybe he's doing this on purpose, or maybe he just doesn't care. Maybe that's why he has these task force to make himself look good. But again, like I said, you don't need a task force to figure out what's wrong, because we are entering into a true Great Depression. COVID-19, it's not going anywhere anytime soon. And these protests, number one, should not let up, and they should continue to grow. There should be national strikes, because I'll be damned if the neoliberal system returns back to normal. Really ask yourself, what has the neoliberal system done for you? Nothing. It hasn't. It's just convinced us that everything was okay. But take a good look around. Nothing's okay. Here's what the American people need. Investment into our infrastructure, a Green New Deal, investing into green technology, ending these regime change wars, a real UBI, a Federal Jobs Guarantee Act, Medicare for all, student debt forgiveness, medical debt forgiveness, police reform, getting money out of politics. Do I need a task force of 30 other people just sitting around shuffling paperwork? No. And there's so many other issues to address too. But you don't need a task force of other people to tell you what to do. But apparently Joe Biden needs that. And Donald Trump, well, I don't know what Donald Trump needs, but at least at the end of the day, I know where I stand with him, and he's pretty much transparent. He doesn't give a damn. He only cares about himself and his legacy. And that's that. But Joe Biden's the exact same way. So as voters, we need to step up and walk away from the two-party system. The two-party system that has convinced Americans for decades that, oh no, one side cares about you more than the other side. The RNC and DNC, their number one constituents are Wall Street executives, big banks, major corporations, lobby groups, the top 1%. Not any of us. So, how should I end this? Well, be prepared for tomorrow or the next day or the day after for Joe Biden or Donald Trump to say something stupid, because they will. They're two old men that are mentally incompetent for the highest office of the land, but yet this is what happens when we get with having a neoliberal, neoconservative system. The real heroes, the real people that can make change are you guys. Don't be that person who says that they wish they could have helped. I want to thank all of you guys for joining our live stream here. I want to thank all of you for really helping out Hard Lens Media in these struggling times. If you want to help us out, please consider being a Patreon supporter. Your support will help us maintain our studio and also work on future projects. The link is in the description box below. I'm Kit Cabello, the host of Hard Lens Media. Peace to you guys, and let us all do what we can to build a better future. Take care.